This is Colonel Straker.
How do you do, sir?
A shattering business, Colonel. The Prime Minister's already at Checkers. We'll be there in 30 minutes. We've been in constant communication with Paris, Moscow, and Bonn during your visits. I think the British government's approval will be a formality.
The evidence is absolutely conclusive.
If I might just...
Sure, Colonel.
It may speed things up. Go on.
The clincher is at the back.
It's an enlarged single frame from the cine film, sir.
It couldn't possibly be a fake.
The film was found undeveloped still in the camera.
Peter, please.
Take Jean back to the car. I must get this.
It's genuine. Take my word for it.
Keep pace with the escort.
I'll take the file, sir.
Would you turn around, Colonel?
Ah, Colonel Straker.
Gentlemen.
Please sit down.
Thank you. First of all, I should like to apologize on behalf of General Henderson for his absence. As you probably know, he's still recovering from injuries he received in the car crash.
Thank you, Colonel. No doubt you will make an excellent substitute. Now, gentlemen, I suggest the best way for us to proceed is by a process of question and answer.
Colonel, as representative of our respective governments, we are being asked to approve the largest financial appropriation ever envisaged for an international project. 2 questions. Is the project, the whole project, absolutely necessary? And if it is, are we getting value for money?
I believe the setting up of SHADO is not only necessary, but absolutely vital. Every day we just sit about and talk about it, the potential danger increases. As to your second question, I believe this breakdown of expenditure might be helpful.
Fleet of submarines? Base on the moon? Satellites?
If I might point out, sir, we're confronted with alien spacecraft, possibly from another solar system.
Maybe the General and Colonel Straker have been reading too much science fiction.
The Earth is faced with a power threat from an extraterrestrial source. We've moved into an age when science fiction has become fact. We need to defend ourselves.
And how long will it take to set up this defense organization?
We estimate 7 to 10 years.
10 years? But you say, Colonel, the danger is imminent.
Yes, sir, that's true. But the type of organization we need can't be set up overnight. All I say is that any delay only increases the danger.
The estimate for security is astronomical.
It's a vital aspect.
Everything seems vital.
How is SHADO to be organized regarding personnel?
On strictly military lines. We hope to recruit the best people available.
Internationally?
Yes.
And who will command this international band of heroes?
My government has stipulated the commander-in-chief must be an American.
Oh, yes, we know.
As the nation being asked to dig a little deeper into its pocket.
Naturally.
Gentlemen, we asked Colonel Straker here to answer our questions. I suggest we let him do so.
Well, there's no question in my mind, gentlemen. There's only one man for the job, General Henderson. He's the obvious choice.
Any further questions? Thank you, Colonel Straker.
Monsieur Duval, I understand you have 3 daughters.
Yes.
I pray that you never find yourself looking down at one of their mutilated bodies. I hope that the next UFO incident is not in your hometown. Thank you for your time.
Well, gentlemen?
It has been approved unanimously. You've done a great job, Ed.
Well, I thought I'd screwed it up, sir. I was only in there about 10 minutes.
Well, all we've got to do now is work 16 hours a day for the next 10 years.
Sure.
Oh, there is another thing I had to tell you. They appointed the commander-in-chief.
Who?
You.
Me?
Again, it was unanimous. It seems the French delegate, Duval, was particularly insistent.
But, sir,
Why not choose me? Oh, come on, let's not kid ourselves, Colonel. What sort of shape am I in? What sort of shape would I be in 10 years' time?
Oh, nonsense, General. Well, in a couple of months, you'll be out of that thing, up and about, as fit as ever.
You can always refuse. But if you do, it's got to be now. There'll be no turning back later.
Block's nearly finished.
Yes.
What'll happen to it then?
Oh, it'll be used. When it's finished, a government department's moving in. Income tax, probably.
All that for the sake of security?
How else can you cover up the excavating of a couple of million cubic feet of earth?
I hear they're installing a voice print identification mechanism.
Yes, I tried out the prototype last week. It identified me as a female technician from Dublin. They said it was only a teething problem.
Well, they could be right. Come to think of it, you do look like one. A female technician from Dublin. Nice to see you smile again, Ed.
Well, fellas.
Hello, sir.
Hello, sir.
Well, how's it all going?
Slow, but we'll get there. Well, we are a bit behind, but I think we can make it up later.
Good. That's what I like to hear. Let's take a look at the office, Alec. See you later.
Well, it's all beginning to take shape.
Yes, this is it. Shadow HQ. The nerve center of the whole organization. Night and day down here, and I don't see why some fool of a
Anything on the
subcontractor shouldn't do the same.
Nothing.
A week? Look, I'll give them 3 days to deliver.
All right, switch on again.
Yes, yes. All right, but let me know as soon as you can, will you? Thanks.
Let's buzz through the BHT wiring.
Okay.
Terminal 642 to 640.
Negative.
Try it again. I'll mark it down.
We got trouble on the computer interface with the readout unit.
Oh, no. Let's hope it's just one of those plug-in circuits and nothing more serious.
Nothing. Could be a dry joint.
Well, the control complex is complete. Fully operational. All we need now are the technicians.
How are the first batch of recruits making out?
Oh, security checks, aptitude tests, 6-month training, and then further tests. It's a pretty tough schedule. The original 50 have been whittled down to 8.
8?
Yes. Second batch seem to be doing a little better.
When can we expect the first group to finish their training?
A few months. It'll be spring. Good time to start.
Well, it's been a long, hard slog. But we're ready. We're ready. I know how hard you've all worked. I think we can assume that the worst is over. And I want to thank you all.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Good morning, sir. Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Miss Eland.
The report.
Thank you. Messages?
Information. Q21 answer negative. Q46 satellite link effective. Q9700. The computer readouts available from today.
Have them put straight through to me, will you?
Yes, sir.
Sighting confirmed. Course varying 8 to 10 degrees.
Get moon base.
Right.
Hello, Gay. How long has it been banking and weaving like this?
It started 2 minutes, 20 seconds ago, sir. Before that, course and speed were constant.
What were the readings?
Course 037164. Speed sol 1.6.
Never had a flight pattern like this before.
Course still varying. Speed now 0.85 and reducing.
Thank you. How long before Commander Straker comes on duty?
What's the panic?
A UFO. Its approach is much slower than usual, and it's varying course constantly.
Yes, but maintaining an overall flight path. Yes, I agree with you, Alec. This zigzagging is unusual.
It's almost as if it were trying to avoid something.
Or find something. Well, we can't take any chances. Sound a red alert for all ground stations.
Shadow control to all stations. We have a red alert. Repeat, condition is red.
Interceptors, immediate launch. Immediate launch. Stand by to set missile control computer.
Right.
Missile timing 1475.
Missile launch. 10 seconds.
Positive. Contact lost.
Moon base to shadow control. We hit it, Commander.
Well done, Lieutenant. Oh, that one certainly made a new approach. I wonder what it was trying to do.
We'll never know, I'm glad to say.
Cigar?
Thank you.
Moon base to shadow control.
What is it, Lieutenant?
I have another contact, sir.
A second UFO?
No, sir. The same one.
The same one? But you reported a positive detonation.
I know, sir. The scanners showed negative. But it's back.
Well, what's the position now, Lieutenant?
I'm sorry, sir. It's through moon-based defenses, heading for Earth.
Thank you. I can't understand how those interceptors missed. It seemed to me that UFO was a sitting target.
Maybe that's what we were supposed to think.
And that's a good point, Alec. Force the interceptors to release their missiles, avoid them, then it gets a clear run past the moon-based defenses. Where is it now?
Range 7 million.
Trajectory termination?
Difficult to say. It's changing course more violently than before. Nearest we can get is Western Europe.
Well, it could be damaged. Lieutenant Ellis reported a strike.
Speed increasing. 1.4. 1.8. 2.4.
That does it. We'll never get near it at that speed. Must get a closer ETT. Is the rate of descent constant?
More or less. There's still a slight variation.
Should be possible to work out a broad target area.
We'll try, but our readings are less than adequate, computer data.
Do your best, Lieutenant. Looks like it's going to hit. The question is, what is it up to?
Tell you what I think, Alec. I think that UFO is under manual control. first, the flight variation was used to disrupt our computer programs. But now, I think the alien is fighting to regain control.
Well, that makes sense. If it's damaged.
Yes. The next few minutes are going to be very interesting.
Trajectory termination, areas 17 to 23.
Too close for comfort. Sound a red alert.
So, course 017422.
Lieutenant?
ETT, area 17, map reference 405, green.
Launch stations. Check boosters 1, 2, and 3. Clear 1.
Lift-off stations. Lift-off -5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Sky 1 to control. Airborne.
We have you on positive track, Sky 1. Set onboard computer for interception course.
I have it on radar. Closing. Have visual contact. Setting missile firing sequence. -10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 0.
Turn complete, sir.
Commence second run.
We have a radar trace, sir.
Bridge.
We have a radar trace, sir.
Bearing 147, speed Mach 5, reducing fast.
Mr. Cooper.
Sir?
Do you see anything?
No, sir? Yes. Yes, there. What is it, sir?
I don't know. I've never seen anything like this before. It's coming down. Action stations.
It's attacking, sir?
I think it is, Mr. Cooper. Open fire.
General Henderson's here, sir.
Right.
Commander?
Morning, General.
You read it.
Well, hasn't everybody?
Now, this is why you've asked me down here. I can tell you there'll be an official denial in tomorrow's editions.
Yes, I expected that.
I stress the word official. Apparently it was a test flight of one of the Navy's prototype aircraft. Unfortunate.
Yes.
Straker, you're getting too suspicious. It's almost a complex.
Well, is that bad?
Look at that photograph. It could be anything.
Yes, including a UFO.
There was an immediate inquiry. I was in touch with the Naval Board personally. They were satisfied. It's a false alarm.
General, are you warning me off?
No, I am not warning you off, even if it sounds like it. How many so-called sightings have turned out to be aircraft?
But this was a highly trained naval crew on a ship equipped with every modern detection device. Let's have some breakfast.
And it wasn't like that. It happened too fast.
And the wreckage sank with no attempt at salvage.
The ocean is too deep at that point.
Well, I take it you've no objections if I conduct my own investigations?
No, none at all. But don't expect any cooperation from the naval authorities. They've accepted the findings. You have checked the records for that day, I take it?
Yes.
And?
Well, there were no UFO sightings, if that's what you mean.
None got through, huh?
No, none that we know of. But they have before.
Not for a long time. Since your defense tightening, in fact.
General, please don't underestimate their intelligence. It has always only been a matter of time before they discovered a way to pierce our screen. Toast?
No, thank you.
Now try hitting the sand behind the ball. Oh, Paul, you're supposed to smooth over your tracks.
Tell me, what do you see in this?
Oh, relaxation, exercise, Chance to forget your problems?
You've done nothing but talk about it ever since we started.
Well, I have a lot on my mind, Paul. Well, here you are. I suggest you try number 9 iron on this shot, Paul. Good shot.
You said Henderson seemed convinced the sighting that ship made was a false alarm.
Did I? Oh, yes, I suppose he did.
And your theory about the aliens piercing our defensive screen doesn't hold up.
Oh? Why?
The Interceptors destroyed a UFO this morning.
Yes, true.
Well, how come we managed to stop that one?
Look, Paul, it's a battle of wits between us and them. And if they have made a breakthrough, they wouldn't want us to know, would they?
You mean this morning was a sacrifice?
Well, it could be, couldn't it? We destroy a UFO, feel secure in our defenses, and then they just write off that sighting.
Well, if it was a UFO, why didn't it fire on the ship?
Ah, now that would have been proof. You don't buy it, do you, Paul?
No.
Well, you could be right.
Depth 600. $620. Maximum safe depth. $640. Colonel, we are...
I heard you the first time, Captain. Continue the dive.
$680. $750.
Pressure malfunction.
Level.
Level out.
Tell me something, Paul. Do you know Sheringham?
The Admiral?
Yes.
Not personally.
Well, do you know anyone in his department?
Oh, now I know why I'm here. All right, what do you want me to find out?
I want to find out why that Admiralty Board reached such a fast decision. You see, I think that ship was where it was for a special reason. A reason the Navy want to keep secret. Now, the aliens want to know why, and so do we.
Yes?
Turbine's not responding, sir.
820.
Engine's overheating.
Hold full power. Forward plates are buckling. $870.
Turbine's still not responding, sir.
Hold power.
We'll burn out, sir.
Hold full power. 880. Slowing. Steady at 900. Maintaining level course, Captain.
Take her back to 600.
Up to 600.
Sonar.
Colonel,
Find anything?
No, Colonel.
Nothing? How much water below us?
200 fathoms, Colonel.
Thanks.
We could try again.
No. No, it's too deep. Thank you, Captain.
Over 1,000 fathoms deep. The trench runs for about 30 miles.
Well, it sounds ideal. Come in.
Ah.
If you could sign these sometime this afternoon, sir. This is the amendment to the second paragraph.
All right, thank you, Miss Bosanquet. Well, the assignment's due on the 9th.
Now, my crew are on a 24-hour standby.
Over 1,000 fathoms deep. An even greater safety margin than we need. All right, Captain, I approve the location.
Thank you, sir. And Stephen? Yes, sir.
Good luck on the 9th.
We may need it.
And remember, one slip and life on this planet could.
Where are we? Straight through?
Yes, lights on the left. Be with you in a minute. Make yourself at home.
Nice place. Very comfortable.
It's convenient. Would you like coffee or would you prefer something stronger?
I would prefer something stronger.
Scotch?
Fine. May I?
Oh, please do. Your drink.
Oh, thanks. Unusual hobby.
Is it?
Are you an expert?
Oh, I wouldn't say so.
What's the bright star top left?
Spicer. Magnitude 1.2 forms an isosceles triangle with Arcturus and Bootes and Deneboula and Leo.
Really?
By studying Spicer and the star Regal and Orion, Hipparchus discovered the precession of the equinoxes.
Well, here's to good old Hipparchus.
You don't waste time, do you?
Well, you've got your hobby.
How long have you been with the ministry?
Not long, why?
I hadn't seen you before yesterday.
Oh, you probably have.
Come on, what department are you in?
Well, let's just say it's my job to know everyone else's. Now, take you, for example. Sarah Bosanquet. Young, beautiful, 10-year service, currently with Sheringham.
Where's my birthmark?
I'm much too much of a gentleman to mention that. What's Sheringham like?
Why?
I mean to work for. I was just thinking that with the responsibility he's carrying, he might be taking it out on you.
I can look after myself. I'm very independent.
How is Paul progressing?
He's still working on it.
Well, what have we got?
There appears to be a deep trench right here.
Virtually bottomless. If that was a UFO and it did go down there, then it's lost forever.
Anything from sonar?
Nope. We took Skydiver down as deep as we could. Deeper. Nothing.
Well, the wreckage is of no longer any importance, but that trench is.
Well, what's the next step?
A meeting with Admiral Sheringham, I think. General Henderson can do the groundwork. He can introduce me as, a safety officer from the Ministry of Aviation.
Mr. Straker here is naturally anxious to discover as much as he can about the incident, Admiral.
Oh, yes, I appreciate that. Please do sit down, gentlemen.
Thank you.
Well, what particularly can I do for you?
I want to interview the captain of the ship.
I'm afraid that won't be possible.
Oh? He's on an assignment?
Naval security prevents me from answering that question.
Oh, I see. Excuse me. I'm sorry.
I take it you've read a transcript of the inquiry?
Yes, my office was able to supply those details.
Well, I've studied the report, and there seems to be a great deal left unsaid.
Oh, I don't understand.
Well, it appears to me that the findings in the report were arrived at with, well, might I say, unnecessary haste.
Mr. Straker, the facts that we had were the only ones likely to be available for all time. In the circumstances, it would have done nothing to delay.
Yes, I can see that. But, Admiral, nowhere in this report can I see any mention of the steps taken by the captain and crew to verify identification of the aircraft.
The incident was over in a matter of seconds.
Yes, but your captain obviously ordered the destruction of an aircraft. Now, a layman, such as myself, might be excused for thinking that he could equally have taken steps to identify it.
I'm sure that the captain acted as he thought best. We weren't there.
But the ship sustained no damage, proving that there was no aggressive action. Admiral, it could have been a civilian airliner.
I've really nothing further to add to the report.
Of course, if the ship in question were actively concerned in some mission or other, then the action of the captain might be more understandable.
Will you come in, please? I'm afraid I can spare no more time, gentlemen. Miss Bosanquet will show you the way out.
You want to see me?
Oh, yes, Paul, come in. How are you making out with Miss Bosanquet?
Well, Rome wasn't built in a day.
Yes, I had heard that before. Listen, there's something I want you to do for me.
Sure.
Find out if your new friend knows him.
Oh, yes, she does. There's a picture like this in her apartment.
Are you sure?
Positive.
Oh, that's very interesting.
Who is he?
Are you taking Miss Bosanquet out tonight?
Well,
Good. Make it something special, will you?
I'll try.
Oh, and Paul, you might let me have the key to her apartment. Take a look at this. Should be perfect.
I'll set it up.
A sighting device. Oh, this, I'd say you could line up on any point in space.
It's pretty sophisticated for an amateur.
That's for sure. Look, there's a setting marked. You better take this down, Colonel. East, 817. 92802.
East 817-92802.
Yes, that's correct, Lieutenant. Now have this course computed, and then station an interceptor directly on the line. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Good. Now I want this procedure carried out around the clock. At all times, an interceptor is to be in position.
Yes, sir.
Interceptor 1, immediate launch. Immediate launch.
Mr. Cooper.
Sir?
Make a signal.
Yes, sir.
Proceeding on schedule. Target date 12th. 0300. Mr. Cooper.
Sir?
Coded.
Yes, sir.
Interceptor 1 to Moonbase.
Routine check, 1500 hours. Nothing to report.
Roger 1. Routine check 1500 hours. Received. Confirm negative report.
Report confirmed.
This patrol wouldn't be so bad if I knew what I was waiting for.
Moon base to Interceptor 1. Come in 1. This is Moon base control to Interceptor 1. Moon base to Interceptor 1. Come in 1.
Just can't believe it.
How is the pilot?
Well, when he regained consciousness, he was able to land the interceptor. He was checked out and cleared A1 for duty.
Do we know what it was?
No, not for certain. But the lab boys reckon that telescope sent out some sort of a laser signal.
Which could be picked up in deep space.
Exactly.
And the signal, whatever it was, must have got through.
Well, with a highly concentrated light beam like that, it would pass right through Interceptor 1 as if it wasn't even there.
But why? I still don't understand why.
Paul, do you remember that photograph I showed you?
Well, the one Sarah had in her apartment?
Hmm.
Yes.
That was her father, John Bosanquet, one of the experts who helped build Moonbase 5-6 years ago.
You said was her father?
Yes. He was posted as dead, but in fact he disappeared. You see, in those days, accidents on the lunar surface happened much more frequently. There was a search, but he was never found.
You mean the aliens got him?
Now, it seems to add up. Contact with Miss Bosanquet before SHADO became operational would have been comparatively simple.
And she's been forced to send them information ever since.
Forced or controlled doesn't make any difference. And that ship is put out to sea again. Now, question. Why would the ocean depth be of interest to Admiral Sheringham? Colonel Lake, I'm assigning you back on Skydiver.
Follow that ship.
Yes, and don't let it out of your sight.
And me?
I'm sorry, Paul, you startled me. I didn't expect you.
I know, Sarah. I know all about it.
I'm sorry, Paul. I didn't know what you mean.
What did you tell them?
Paul.
What did you tell them?
We have all the proof we need that your Miss Bosanquet has been supplying the aliens with information from your office.
Everything Straker says is true, Admiral.
UFOs are a fact.
It's fantastic. I can't believe it.
Well, I won't argue with you there. Now, whatever you're doing, the aliens know about it. Now, make no mistake. And if they're interested, so am I. Look, whatever you're doing, you've cloaked behind a veil of secrecy that we've been unable to penetrate, officially or otherwise. But now, Admiral, I have to know.
Well, I'm chairman of a committee dealing with the destruction of obsolete weapons and military equipment and so on. Some time ago, 1,000 gallons of an experimental nerve gas were manufactured in Europe. Then further tests revealed that the gas was far too dangerous ever to be used, even to be handled. So it was arranged that the gas should be chemically destroyed in laboratory conditions. Then it was discovered that the gas was virtually indestructible, certainly by any known method. It was therefore decided that the gas should be dumped at sea.
Well, what if there's a leakage?
The gas is sealed in very special containers geared to corrode over a period of several hundred years. By the time that gas escapes into the atmosphere, it will be quite harmless.
And if the aliens attack the ship and the containers are destroyed?
Then that would be the end, Commander Straker. There's enough gas on that ship to destroy every form of life known on this Earth.
You mean we can't contact the ship at all?
Yes, that's exactly what I mean, Paul. The ship's captain is maintaining a complete radio blackout.
Security.
It's ironical, isn't it?
Couldn't an aircraft pick them up?
Look, we've got search task force combing the entire area. But it's dark, Paul, and the ocean's a big place to look for a small ship that doesn't want to be found.
But we do know their destination.
Yes, and by the time they get there, it'll probably be too late.
What about Skydiver?
Is this our best speed, Captain?
Midnight, sir. Right on schedule.
It'll be light about 300 hours, and we'll start dumping immediately.
The men will be ready, sir.
And I'll go back to my cabin. There's not much I can do here. Call me, Mr. Cooper.
Aye, sir.
What about Sheringham?
Oh, he's convinced, all right. I'm letting him watch the operation. If it's a success, he'll get the usual amnesia shots. If it isn't, doesn't really make any difference, does it?
Can we stop them?
I don't know, Paul. I just don't know. I still think they've discovered a way to break through our screen. Well, the interceptors are skyborne.
Visual contact?
That could be our only hope.
Thank you, Mr. Cooper. 2:30 hours. Anything to report?
Yes, sir. Radar reports increased aerial activity.
Oh.
UFOs, 2, sighting. 0122 7074, Sector 14.
Unable to confirm UFO sightings.
Interceptor 1 to Moon Base Control. Confirm sighting.
Reading negative. Repeat, negative. Repeat. We are failing to get a reading.
Moonbase Control to Interceptor 1, confirm trajectory.
0122 7074, Sector
14.
Moonbase, can interceptors 1 and 2 give assistance?
Compute interceptor range.
Interceptor range computed. ETA Interceptor 2, 47 minutes. ETA Interceptor 3, 170.
Interceptor 1 to moon base control. I'm moving in.
You were right. They have found a way through our defensive screens.
Some kind of radio jamming, I expect, using waves to break up the frequency.
Can our technicians fix it?
Oh, depends on whether we're still here tomorrow, doesn't it?
They're separated.
The best I can do is to get one.
Sir, trajectory report on surviving UFO.
Thank you. Heading for a point somewhere near Newfoundland.
That's nowhere near the ship. The ship's in the South Atlantic.
Everything ready, sir?
Good.
Commence stopping.
Sir. Bridge to deck party, bridge to deck party. Commence dumping.
There's a change in course, sir.
The UFO has veered off. Its trajectory is now the South Atlantic.
This is it.
Tracer. Bridge.
We've picked up a radar trace, bearing 281.
Mach 5, reducing.
Action stations.
Action stations. Action stations. Seal all watertight bulkheads. Gun crews on immediate standby. Repeat. Gun crews on standby.
Missile in position, sir. Launch missile, Mr. Cooper.
Clear for firing. Clear for firing.
Get that missile launched, Mr. Cooper. Bridge to missile control. Fire, repeat, fire. It's the damage, officer, sir. Missile guidance electronics have been affected by the explosion. They're still trying to ascertain the damage.
What in place has happened?
It's no use, sir. Missile systems are negative.
Alert gun crews.
Bridge to gun, stand by. Bridge to gun, stand by. There it is. Open fire. Radar puts it out of range, sir.
One more shot. Maybe two. That's all.
What the devil's that?
Well, we were lucky. Very lucky.
Sometimes we need it.
Moon base reported?
Yes, we ran tests on the radar. It was a radio wave jammer, but the experts say that by using a double frequency, we'll be able to plot them again, until they find an answer to that.
Well, I suppose it's another incident closed. I'll be in touch.
There's the girl, Sarah Bozenkay.
There will be no proceedings against her. In the circumstances, we could hardly hold her responsible for her actions. Of course, someone will have to try and explain what almost certainly became of her father.
Well, that's not what I meant, General. How many others are there like her?
Radio Shadow Control. No survivors. Some evidence of UFO.
So it must be that UFO that came in a month ago under a radar blind spot.
And if it stayed underwater, it would escape deterioration in the Earth's atmosphere.
They could even have slipped in a special underwater craft in component sections.
Possibly. They seem to have perfected life maintenance in a liquid environment.
Right. So what do we do next?
A detailed search of the entire area. I'll go myself.
In skydiver?
What else?
Well, wouldn't you rather I took over?
Oh, that. Well, the dictionary defines it as a morbid dread of confined spaces. Skydiver's not all that small.
And you're not always morbid.
Exactly.
Get me Skydiver's positional chart.
Yes, sir.
It's in the South Atlantic area, about 400 miles south of St. Helena.
Is there a rendezvous point there where we could exchange a sub-cruise?
Well, there are dozens of small atolls in the area, mostly uninhabited.
Good. I want to be aboard with the best available sub-crew as soon as possible.
Switch to sea skim. Full ahead, boat. I'm needed below, sir. My cabin is at your disposal.
Thank you, Captain.
Maintain sea skim until we reach search area.
Yes, sir.
Do you think we'll find anything?
Well, it's hard to say. But the more I think about it, the more the theory stands up. Well, we know they've taken people from houses in broad daylight.
You mean it'd be a lot easier mid-ocean?
Right.
It's a big place to play cat and mouse.
Yes, but we'll just have to make sure that our claws are well sharpened.
How do you mean?
Well, we're trying to find them. Let's hope that the aliens don't think that we're the mouse.
Approaching B17, sir. Right, plot a search pattern. Yes, sir. Lieutenant?
Sir?
I want a constant radar sweep and sonar sounding.
Yes, sir.
Straker.
We're making the first sweep on the surface, sir.
And we'll be going under for a submerged circuit.
Right.
Carry on, Captain.
Let's make the most of the fresh air.
Starting vector search. Course 019, veering to 023. Decreasing sweep on 14 degrees port.
Right.
Maintain the watch, Colonel. I'm going below.
Right.
Have you ever used this? I asked if you had ever used the escape hatch, Lieutenant.
Yes, sir, in training. Our navigator, Lewis, he's the one you want to talk to about those.
Oh, never mind. Just familiarizing myself with the ship.
Yes, sir.
How's it going, Nina?
Fine, sir.
What is it?
Large shoal of fish. Sonar is our best bet.
Well, you're the expert. It's a tight ship, Captain.
Thank you, sir.
Sonar echo increasing.
What do you make of it, Lieutenant?
Metallic object. I'm moving quite fast. 60 knots.
How far?
2,000 yards increasing.
Get below, Colonel. I'm
Taking it down.
Dive! Dive! Dive!
What is it?
An underwater craft, sir. Moving ahead of us.
Altering course. Veering to starboard. Eight degrees.
8 degrees starboard.
8 degrees starboard, sir.
Switch on underwater cameras.
Visibility poor, sir. Rock formations. We've lost it.
Anything?
These rocks don't help.
Lieutenant Chin.
Main system still operating. Right surface, blow tanks 1 and 2.
Blowing 1 and 2.
Looks bad.
Let's get him down below. Easy.
Malfunction on 1. Keep trying those tanks. Hold it! Shut down ballast. That was a starboard turbine.
Commander, I'm getting a new signal.
Coming back to finish the job.
It's heading away, toward the surface.
Can we launch Sky 1?
We can try.
All right, Paul.
Alien craft, airborne.
Pull it up, Paul.
It's no good.
What's its attitude?
10 degrees.
It's enough. Launch Sky 1.
Lift off.
Roger.
Sky 1 airborne, sir.
Sky 1 to control. Target destroyed. Sky 1 to control. Come in, Skydiver.
Contact lost, sir.
We're going down. Turbine's non-functional.
Shut down the reactor.
Yes, sir.
Prepare to switch to emergency power.
We're still going down.
Emergency power. Crash positions.
Shadow control. Overflying last known position. Still no radio contact. Wreckage apparent. Redocking negative.
Roger, Sky 1. Proceed to nearest Shadow base. Starting sub-smash procedure.
Roger.
Done. Market was released, sir.
Good.
What about the power?
Well, we're not getting a warning alarm from the reactor, so the radiation shield must be okay.
Well, that's something. At least we're not going to die from radiation exposure.
Right. Well, by now, Sky 1 will have reported our position, so a rescue team will be on its way. Now, we all know the standing orders regarding the sub-smash, so if we just follow them, we'll be all right. So let's get to it. Colonel Foster, the air systems and electrics.
Sir.
Lieutenant Lewis.
Sir?
Check the ballast tanks, and also the escape hatches.
Yes, sir.
Lieutenant Barry, let's see what shape our communications are in.
Yes, sir.
How you feeling, Chin?
I'll be all right, sir.
Good, good. We're gonna need you. Listen, do you feel up to going to stern with me and checking the turbines?
Yes, sir.
Good. You know, we may get this old tub off the shelf before the rescue team gets here.
Yes, sir. Albatross 25 to Shadow Control. We have positive area location on Skydiver beacon. Homing on signal now.
Roger, Albatross.
Another 50 minutes. What do you think?
No way of telling, sir. Sub-smashers are always difficult.
How about to check things out in the cabin?
Officer?
Sir? We'll be there in less than 50 minutes. What do you think their chances are?
Hard to say. By the time we get there, it could be sitting on the surface, waiting for us.
That's not likely, is it? Wreckage.
Till we get there, sir. It's anyone's guess.
Nearly through here, Commander. How are things astern?
Not good. One turbine completely blown, and there's some damage to the reactor cooling plant.
Well, that means we can forget the main power supply.
How long will the emergency storage batteries last, Chin?
The meters register 8 hours, and we can't recharge without the reactor.
How about the air supply, Paul?
Well, it's impossible to be accurate, but I estimate there's enough air for 8 hours. About the same as the batteries.
What's the story on our communications, Lieutenant?
Main radio knocked out, sonar and radar working. The hydrophone on the marker buoy is active, but the power is weak.
Lieutenant Lewis. I hope you got some good news for us on those escape hatches.
Well, there's only one of them operational, sir, number 3 hatch. And that's got trouble.
Well, it's working, but the systems check indicates damage. In addition, there's something wrong with the pumps. I reckon it'll take upwards of 90 minutes to empty that hatch.
One escape hatch in commission, and that's only usable every 90 minutes.
What about the missile tubes?
Oh, no go, Commander. The ship's angle rules them out. The rock ledge is blocking the exits.
So it looks like number 3. See what you can do about fixing up those pumps. And double check on those hatches.
Yes, sir.
Paul, I'll be in the captain's cabin.
Can you get any more speed out of this thing?
Not without blowing our engines to pieces. You know Commander Straker pretty well, don't you?
Yes. Pretty well.
We've checked it again, sir. It looks pretty bad.
Well, we'll have to start making for the surface. Now, we've got to phase this pretty carefully. We're working with very little air and practically no time.
I'm a bit worried about the outer door on 3. There's indication of severe damage.
What about the pumps?
Well, still no improvement. With the reactor off, the power's very low. What do we tell the crew?
Forget it. They've figured it out for themselves already.
Don't worry, Nina. We'll get out all right.
You've been in this situation before, haven't you?
Yeah, it was a big boat. Full crew, 69 men trapped on the bottom, but we all got out. And we will this time, too.
All right. Let's go over the situation. Now, there's only one regular escape hatch still working, but its pumps are damaged, as well as its outside door. But there is another emergency escape route through the crash dive flood tube. But once its covers are blown, it can't be drained unless Skydiver surfaces. So that means that we can only use it once.
That tube is pretty narrow, sir. It's some crawl.
Yes, I know that, Lieutenant, but it means that 2 of us will get out immediately. Now, that will leave 3 of us down here. But if it takes 90 minutes to empty the hatch each time, we can all be out of here in 4.5 hours. Oh, are there any questions?
You said 4.5 hours, Commander, but at best the air can last only...
You're forgetting one thing, Lieutenant. The fewer people there are down here, the longer the air will last.
Have you decided on an order of escape, sir?
Yes, I have. Lieutenant Barry, you will use the crash dive tube.
Yes, sir.
Lewis?
Sir?
You'll have first crack at the escape hatch.
But, sir...
That's an order. Lieutenant Chin will follow you in the escape hatch, and then Colonel Foster. All right, let's get to it. Nina. The crash dive tube is the safest way out, but it won't be easy. When we throw the control and the water comes in, it'll hit you like a sledgehammer.
Yes, sir, I know. I used it once during training.
Good, good. It'll only last for a second, and then you'll be okay.
I'll manage.
Right, well, the sooner you get out of here, the more air it'll be for the rest of us.
There's no chance of our surface vessel getting to the area ahead of us.
Forget it. She's 5 hours away. We're on our own.
Well, there's only a slight swell. We'll be able to handle it.
All set.
Good. Synchronized watches. 15:50.
Check.
Check.
Now, we'll blow the hatch in 5 minutes, Lieutenant. Good luck.
Thank you, sir. See you topside.
Right, Lewis.
Yes, sir. Well, I hope you make it.
We will, Lieutenant. Flood 3.
Hatch flooded, sir.
Check.
Negative. Must be jammed. It's open. He's made it.
Nina should be in position now. Prepare to detonate in 20 seconds. Ten seconds. Detonate.
Well, they should be up by now.
We're all of us gonna get out okay, aren't we, sir?
Sure, Chin. How's the head?
Well, I'll be fine when I get up to the surface.
Sure. Hey, just hang on, Chin. Rescue team will be here in no time.
Yes, sir.
What are his chances?
He won't last 10 minutes in the water without help. Try and rest, Chin. We'll be out in 1 hour. Straker.
Ed, it's me.
Alec. Thank God.
We've got Lewis.
What did you say?
I said we've got Lewis. He's quite safe. He's explained the situation. Now look, Ed, just hang on.
Alec, have you got Nina?
Nina? No.
She went out right after Lewis.
Well, don't worry. We'll get her. We'll find her. Look, Ed.
You've got to conserve your air supply. Now just rest and stay as quiet as possible.
The divers are coming down now.
They'll get you up.
Alec. Alec. Power's failing.
I'll check the escape pumps.
They're slowing down.
Help me. Drake. Someone.
He's burning up.
That's right, relax, Lieutenant, relax.
Stop him, Paul! Whoever get that equipment! Get him, Paul! Hold him! Hold him!
He's out of it.
Help me. Ah.
You know, death's never worried me before. Right now, I'm scared.
You're getting older.
How do you mean?
The older you get, the more precious life becomes. You become aware of what life is. Time, sir. All right.
Commander.
Get moving.
But, sir.
Colonel Foster, get off this boat.
Commander.
You're breathing my oxygen. In you go.
How does it look? She's jammed fast, sir. The only certain way of moving her is by heavy lifting gear, but we need the salvage vessel for that.
Is there any way we can get an air supply down there?
Negative. I was hoping to use the escape hatch, but it's still flooded.
The pumps must have packed up completely.
It's hopeless.
You'll have to go down there again. And get me a suit, will you?
Sir. What you gonna do?
I don't know. But we're gonna get him out of there somehow.
Someone. Help me. Help me.
Mary.
I never want to see you again.
It's okay. It's okay.
sending them down now.
Right. And send down some more lights.
Right.
Air pressure falling. Oxygen count down to 15.1. Emergency power failing. Commend captain and crew. Note for Dr. Schroeder, subject, myself. Pulse rate 105. Claustrophobia negative.
The book. It had to be anyone. I'm glad you're here. I mean, I'm glad. It's you.
Therefore, commit ourselves to the deep, to be turned into corruption, waiting for the day of resurrection, when the sea shall give up her dead.
I don't believe it.
So that's the way it happened.
You mean to say you just blew us out of the water?
Well, what else could we do? Holden came up with the idea.
And with Skydiver off the ledge, the divers got in through the missile tubes.
And that's the way it happened.
I'm afraid the visitors will have to leave now. Oh, I'm sorry, sir. No smoking.
Well, back to the salt mines.
Bye.
Oh, thanks for the cigars, Alec. Well, Nina, we were pretty close down there.
Yes. If there was anything I said which, well...
Or didn't say? That's what life's all about, I guess. The things we never say. Well, they're kicking me out of here this afternoon. I better go and pack my toothbrush. You'll be back on Moonbase in a week or so.
Yes, sir.
Take it easy, Nina.
Bye.
Skipper, Ellis here. You better come up and have a look. There's something alongside. Probably one of the latest kind of submarines.
All right, be straight up.
is this monster of the deep?
Get some men onto that fire! You all right? Get some men onto that fire! You all right?
Under attack! Submarine! Airborne missiles. Look like flying fish. Under attack!
I found this place last year on a cycling holiday with my wife. Thought it'd be a good idea to contrast the modern methods of fishing with the old. Look at that. Could be back in the 17th century.
It's good. Very good.
Look at the texture of that brickwork. Hundreds of years in it. Most of those boats are over 50 years old.
Really?
Don't build them like that nowadays.
No.
It's uncanny. These men work purely by instinct. No equipment, just years of experience handed down from generation to generation. And the amazing thing is that only 2 hours before this, our underwater detector reported nothing in the area.
Mayday, Mayday. Deep Space Probe 87 calling. Deep Space Probe 87 calling.
Control receiving. Come in 87.
25 UFOs mapping. Concentrating in area NML12. We have been seen. 3 UFOs approaching. Taking evasive action.
87. Come in. Come in. 87. Can you hear me? 87. Come in.
Oh, wait a minute. What's that? That fish. That's strange. They're only found in the mid-Atlantic, never around our coasts. I say, we've found something here. Did you notice that fish? Have a frame taken from the negative of that shot and have it blown up as soon as possible.
Right.
I'm afraid you'll have to excuse me. But I was so intrigued with your picture that I nearly forgot I have an appointment to meet the backer of our next film, and I'm already very late.
I quite understand, Mr. Straker.
You have a very good film there.
Thank you, Mr. Straker. Get an underwater cameraman down there first thing tomorrow morning. I think we may have a very interesting new dimension to this film.
Deep Space Probe 87 has been destroyed.
They saw a buildup of UFOs in area NML-12.
NML-12? That's only 4 hours away.
I've alerted all stations.
Good. Mass UFO attack. Our defense screen will knock out at least half of them before they even get into the Earth's atmosphere. Doesn't make sense.
Maybe they expect to get them all through.
No, they know that's not possible, unless they've got something else up their sleeve. Look, put Space Observation Platform Watchdog in that zone immediately. Computerize every scrap of information it sends in, no matter how small.
All this way just to photograph fish which shouldn't even be here. They must have more money than sense.
Yeah. Well, if you do see any, shoot about 200 feet from about 6 different angles, okay?
Okay.
Testing. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Loud and clear.
Yes, the water's warm.
Do you see anything?
Not yet. Strange. Deeper I go, the warmer the water. Your fish are here. Several different tropical kinds. Must be this warm water. See something else. Like a flying fish. It's large. Silver.
Are there any sharks in this area?
Yes. Turning towards me.
Here, give us a hand. Come on, give us a hand.
It's been cut.
And you say that he was photographing fish?
Yes, a species peculiar to the mid-Atlantic and never before found off the coast of Cornwall.
Did anyone check to find out about sharks in this area?
I did, personally. I was assured that they very rarely came to that part of the coast, and the occasional one that did was quite harmless.
But the air pipe was severed. Very well, that's all, gentlemen. As soon as our investigations are complete, I'll call again to discuss the claim. Good day to you.
Well, if you'll excuse me, I must go and see his widow.
Yes, of course. If there is anything at all that I can do, please let me know.
Thank you.
Lieutenant Anderson, get me skydiver. Paul. That cameraman said something about large silver flying fish. Now, last week, the freighter Kingston was sunk here in the mid-Atlantic by missiles like flying fish.
And the species of fish off Cornwall are normally found there. You think there's a link?
Well, it's too much of a coincidence for there not to be.
Skydiver, boys, sir.
Captain, I want you to proceed to the area where the freighter Kingston was sunk.
I'm having full instructions prepared for you, and
I'll contact you in 30 minutes.
This is Space Intruder Detector, relaying report from Watchdog. UFOs maintaining position in area NML-12.
Take it onto the seabed. Let's have a look around there.
What's the latest on Watchdog?
No change. UFO still in the stationary position and showing no sign of movement, sir.
What the blazes are they waiting for? Well, Colonel, what does the computer think?
Well, with so little information, it's reluctant to give an answer. But when I insisted, it said they're either waiting for A, reinforcements, B, bad weather to negate radar, or C, non-operations of defenses, namely shadow control.
Well, we know there are no signs of reinforcements, and the weather forecast for the next month is excellent, and Shadow certainly won't cease operations. I suggest the next batch of information you feed in, you add a drop of castor oil.
How's the water temperature? 15 degrees higher than the surface. Still rising.
Maybe the volcano's active.
No, we checked that. Get shadow control.
Yes, sir.
skydiver for you, Commander.
Thank you. Yes, Captain?
We're in the search area. Thought you ought to know. Water temperature near base of volcano 30 degrees higher than normal.
I see. Well, thank you, Captain. I'll call you back in a minute. Have Colonel Foster bring in that report on the underwater cameraman, will you?
Yes, sir.
Thanks. Another link. Listen to this, Paul. The deeper I go, the warmer the water becomes. Get me skydiver. Take a look at this, Paul. The deep water around that volcano is a lot warmer than it should be.
Skydiver.
Captain, I want you, by using your temperature gauges, to follow that stream of warm water. Try and find out where it leads to, and if possible, what's causing it. Report back to me every 15 minutes.
Very good, sir.
You know, I have an idea. They'll finish up just about here. Cornwall.
Yes, and the fish followed the warm water.
Exactly. Lieutenant Anderson, what's the latest on Watchdog?
Lieutenant Anderson is on 24 hours leave, sir. Last report from Watchdog via SID received 3 minutes ago. No change.
Thank you.
Stop engines.
Temperature rise of 3 degrees.
Captain!
Evasive action.
Periscope depth. Slowly.
All right, sir.
Good work, Captain. Resume your original search. And Captain, watch yourself.
Yes, sir.
Well, it seems a UFO has been using that volcano as a front door to the Atlantic. And Skydiver also found the reason for the rise in water temperature.
What was that?
An undersea cable. The UFO was using it as an energy supply.
Because they can travel underwater on their own power.
Yes, for short distances.
And you think this one has been to Cornwall?
Well, it looks that way.
Then there must be an energy plant under the volcano. And if the water temperature is so high, it's generating a lot more power than is needed to drive one UFO.
Yes. Well, I wonder what Skydiver will find at the end of that cable.
Look!
What's the news?
Nothing, sir. We've been right round it, but it appears to be completely smooth. Any sign of an entrance? Not as far as we can see.
Let's go down and have a closer look.
Dive.
Lieutenant? You know Colonel Foster. Well, I think a cup of skydiver coffee would be just great. Come on, Paul, let's get our water wings on. After you've dropped us, get out of sight, Captain. We'll rendezvous back here in 45 minutes.
Yes, sir.
Testing radio link. Receiving 5 by 5. There it is. Take it easy, Paul. I found something. Round this side. Okay, Paul. Lead the way. Some kind of porthole or window. It's possible. Try scraping away the outer layer. It's coming. My God, Paul. It's Anderson. It can't be. Well, see for yourself. It's Lieutenant Anderson.
What are we gonna do, blow it up? No. I want to find out what's going on in there.
Al, there's no entrance.
There must be, Paul. I'll get some of this stuff under a microscope. Maybe we can find out what that thing's made of.
What did you see, sir?
Afraid I can't talk about it at the moment, Captain. You'll find out why later.
Yes, sir.
Take us up.
Surface.
I want you to stay by that dome, Captain. Report anything unusual, if necessary, but only as a last resort, blast it out of the water. I'll contact you as soon as I get back to SHADO HQ.
Very good, sir.
From Watchdog.
No, nothing, sir.
Would you tell Colonel Lake I want Lieutenant Anderson's psychiatric analysis right away?
Yes, sir.
Still can't believe he's a traitor.
Well, we can't deny what we saw with our own eyes, can we?
Answer to question 1. From Anderson's psychiatric report, I can find no reason for disloyalty. Answer to question 2. As you insist upon asking questions without giving sufficient information, I can only supply unsatisfactory answers. The most I can say about the last question, is there any link between the undersea dome and the massing of UFOs in area NML12, is, if there is any link, it can only be connected with my previous answers. A, reinforcements, possibly the dome is a construction to house UFOs. B, it contains elaborate equipment to be used to change the weather to negate radar. C, it is there to bring about in some way the non-function of shadow, to allow the UFO's uninterrupted entrance to Earth's atmosphere.
Well, that's a mass of useless information.
Yes, I agree. Is there any way, Colonel, of rephrasing the questions?
We have asked the questions in 12 different ways, sir. Each time the same answer. There simply isn't enough information.
Yes, I'm sorry. Now, look, Paul, we're not going to be able to find out anything until we get inside that dome. As soon as the analyst's report has been fed in on my knife, let me know.
Yes, sir. We'll do our best.
I don't know what you're talking about.
What were you doing in that dome?
I don't know what you're talking about.
What were you doing in that dome?
What dome?
The dome we saw you in. We saw you in that dome.
You couldn't have spent the last 24 hours at home.
Witnesses.
I told you I was by myself.
What were you doing in that dome?
I don't know anything about any
What were you
dome.
doing in that dome?
Oh, there's no sense wasting any more time, Paul. Doctor.
I was never in any dome, whether you saw me or not. I don't know what this is all about, but the answer better be pretty good.
How long, Doctor?
Another 5 seconds.
I think I'm about ready.
Now, what were you doing in that underwater dome?
I don't know anything about an underwater dome.
Where have you been for the last 24 hours?
I've been at home by myself.
Did you sleep?
Yes, I slept.
Did you lock the doors?
Yes, I locked all the doors.
Why?
There have been burglaries in the area.
Have you ever been to Cornwall?
Never.
Look, Doctor, is there any chance he's resistant?
No. This drug is infallible.
Another shot.
One more. Sorry.
Tell us about the dome.
I don't know about the dome.
I don't believe it.
There's only one way to find out what's inside that damn dome. Doctor.
Yes, he'll be all right.
Put Lieutenant Anderson under lock and key.
This is Sid. The UFOs in area NML12 are still stationary. The estimated number has increased to 50. Watchdog maintaining constant observation.
The deposits on your knife indicate that the substance from which the undersea construction is made is of a molecular structure unknown to us. But my conclusion is that the entrance could be made by pressure. The rupture would be self-sealing.
Thank you, Colonel.
I hope the answer's satisfactory, sir.
Colonel Lake, look, I do understand the problems, and the answers are satisfactory.
Thank you, sir.
Will you please ask Colonel Foster to get his bags packed? Captain?
Commander.
Now, let's go down.
Yes, sir. Dive.
Sorry to have to keep you in the dark about all this, Captain. When I tell you why, I'm sure you'll understand. Lieutenant Anderson is a traitor. He was inside that dome.
Anderson? It's not possible.
I'm afraid it's the truth. Now, Colonel Foster and I are going to try to get inside that thing. I've no idea what we'll find. But I want you to stay within range. And if we're not back in 1 hour, destroy it.
But, Commander...
No buts, Captain. If we're not back in that time, we won't be coming back anyway. 1 hour, understand?
Yes, sir. It's been a UFO.
Well, in unknown country, I think it's better to travel light.
$53 minutes to go.
Well, let's see what wonders await us down here.
Over to security less than 2 hours ago.
Yeah, well, maybe they forgot to lock the door. Look, I'm going to try and find out what he's up to.
Yeah, I'll do some investigating myself.
A good idea. Look, we got 44 minutes. I'll meet you back in the equipment at 20.
Right.
See anything, Paul?
Dr. Livingston, I presume.
What happened to you?
Hugh, look.
How?
I don't know. I guess we'd call it some kind of plastic surgery.
But why?
That is the question. Anderson. Think what we've done to him. After this, we better stick together, Paul. Come on, let's hide it. Let's try this way.
As good as any. Ever had that feeling you've been here before?
Yeah. Sure looks familiar.
But why?
Shadow control to Sid. Shadow control to Sid. Come in, Sid.
Shadow control to Moonbase. Come in, Moonbase.
Moonbase receiving you, Shadow Control.
UFOs approaching from NML 12. Do not attempt to intercept. Repeat, do not attempt to intercept.
Do not understand. Do not understand. You say do not intercept? Is this correct?
Correct. Commander Straker's orders. UFOs to be dealt with by Earth's defenses. Over and out.
Do not understand. You say do not intercept. Is this correct?
Correct, Skydiver. Commander Straker's orders. UFOs will be dealt with by ground defenses. Over and out.
The computer was right. I plan to take over Shadow control and use it to let those UFOs through.
But where did they get our voices from?
Well, they've obviously been recording our communications. By using the words they need and putting them together, they can make us say anything they want.
And why all this elaborate miming?
Well, you forget. They'll be seen on the TV screens. Come on, Paul. Let's go.
We'll split up. That way one of us will stand a chance.
Okay. Whoever gets back first stops the countdown.
No, there isn't time. They're ready to make their move. Good luck, Paul.
Good luck.
Minutes. Only another 8 minutes.
Captain!
Thank God. Did you see Commander Straker?
No, sir.
The massed UFOs are moving out of area NML-12. Must presume attack course.
Any sign of the commander?
No, sir.
On the torpedoes.
Torpedoes armed, sir. Fire one, sir. One away, sir.
Colonel Foster.
Fire two.
Yes, sir. Fire two. Two away, sir.
UFOs now on positive track, heading for Earth at attack velocity in 2 waves.
Message received. Commander, they're on their way. Shadow control to Moonbase. Attack and destroy second wave of UFOs.
Red alert! Red alert! Interceptors immediate launch!
Skydiver.
Shadow looked like, or what we look like.
And possibly we never will. It could have been some form of X-ray photography, but at least they won't try that again.
Don't bet on it, Paul.